move us over to our Beyblade battle here between Bwipo and LS. Hopefully Bwipo's at his monitor. I imagine that we've been breaking and kind of like VOD reviewing the first game. Oh, I see Bwipo. I see LS. LS, how you doing over there, buddy?
How are you? How's everything?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Things are good over here. Bwipo, you got any messages to LS before we get into the trivia battle?
Honestly, I'm just curious. I'm curious what kind of LS trivia there is, because like I'm trying to think like what LS trivia would be, and I feel like his lore is so extensive that like I might just get 0 out of 5, because I feel like you could pick from so long ago. I don't know. LS lore can go like what, like 16 years deep at this point.
20 years.
Like,
20 years of lore?
There you go. I thought 16, but it's 20 years of lore. It's pretty crazy.
20 years in esports. This is my 20th year, so you know.
I mean, LS, I was watching you cast the NLB finals in 2014. I want to say before you even kind of like came out onto the scene back when you were. I don't even know who your co-caster was. NLB for context is like NACL, but for Korea back in the OGN days. You might have been co-casting like Valdez or something back then.
Oh my god.
This is deep lore. So just so you know, Bwipo, you're right. There's going to be some deep lore because I didn't want to be like, LS, what is the wide Bwipo meme? Like level questions here. I wanted to try to get some thoughts out here. And you guys are fighting for your choice of first pick of teammates. Obviously for LS, he'll get 2 picks because Bwipo's on Bwipo's team. Or side select in the game. So we'll get to that. All right. All right, Bwipo, since you brought it up, I'm going to ask you questions about LS first. So you ready?
I'm ready, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 1. Hopefully something that you might know. What team did LS coach in Korean Challengers? So this was, I want to say 2018. Is that correct, LS?
Yeah.
2018, I want to say. What team did he coach? So he was the head coach of a second-tier Korean team. BBQ Olivers, there's 1 point.
Okay.
See? Okay. I started off with one like that. This gets trickier, so you can blame me for this. Second question, Bwipo. We'll go through all the LS questions first. And
okay.
So LS coined the name of the duo of Talia Pantheon. You might remember there was a Talia Pantheon bot lane duo. Griffin actually played it in the LCK final in 2019, I want to say. Do you happen to know what his name was for the duo of these picks? That's right. Look at you, Bwipo. You're nailing the assignment over here.
I'm like a tier 20. Like I'm like a tier 3 sub for like.
That's like $25 whale right there, bro. You're doing well.
I'm actually. I mean, okay. I'm not actually a tier 3 sub, but I have been sub for like 70 months, so I know a thing or two.
The friendship.
I was worried you were gonna go like hit me with like some StarCraft 1 references. You know, like that is.
I held on the Brood War. That's a little bit too niche for the people in the audience. Question number 3. This is a specific question. So LS famously coached C9 for 4 games. Name a mid lane champion Fudge played during his coaching tenure in LCS Spring 2022. Name one of the 4 champions he played.
Soraka is 1.
Can you name any more for bonus
Lux
points?
Is 3.
I don't think he played Lux. I don't have Lux on this list.
Really? I know he played Lux at some point with Mana Crystal. Maybe LS was no longer there, but I believe that was still influenced by him.
Lock-in. He played Lux.
Lock-in. There we go. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll take the Zillion and Soraka, which I'm 100% sure both did happen on stage.
Yes.
And then...
so the 4th one was a melee champion. So it's a top laner that Fudge would have played, but he doesn't play anymore. Surfs around
I wouldn't
a lot.
know, honestly.
It was Aurelia. Aurelia was the last.
Aurelia. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
So that's so far you're 3 out of 3. So your LS knowledge is pretty good. True or false? LS coached a team that lost a perfect game with no turret plates, no Drakes, no Heralds, and no kills. True or false?
I mean, I have to say true, because like I feel like so like when he was a coach, so that can be over his entire career, right?
It was a professional game that was played.
Yeah, so he's been on BBQ. I obviously did not watch every single game. On C9, I'm not sure if that happened. I'm just gonna have to say true, because I feel like it's such a specific question to ask that it wouldn't like.
It's true or false, LS?
Sure, it's true.
Yeah, it's true. It's versus T1.
Yeah, BBQ Oliver versus T1 in the Kesper Cup. It was the debut of the T1 Dream Team. I believe it was Khan. Who was jungle? I actually don't
Don't
remember.
know at that time was what?
I played it. I
Cuz,
played
no?
it against the guy. I
It was
played
like
against the guy.
It was Khan, Cuz, Faker, Teddy, Mata, I think, was
There
the,
you
the
go.
roster.
Khan's
And it
the
was a
GOAT.
perfect game with no turret plates when turret plates were just introduced. It was, I'm sure LS really remembers that and feels great about it.
Yeah.
So far, 4 out of 4. Finally, and this is actually LS will have to answer because I don't even know his answer. Does LS currently think Renekton is a good or bad champion? Now,
Shit,
historically, he thought it was a bad champion. A year or so ago, when there was a Renekton meta, LS actually changed his mind and liked Renekton. What is his current thoughts on Renekton? Good or bad champion?
Current thoughts on Renekton? I feel like okay, pre 14.3 or post 14, sorry, 14.4 or post 14.4.
You're asking questions. I'm looking for answers, Bippo.
Yeah, because it's a pretty big deal considering
I don't know
he's
the
getting
answer to your question.
He's getting the fattest buffs of like all time for Renekton. Like these are like unprecedented Renekton buffs. So I'm gonna have to say he thinks he's bad, assuming that he has not commented on the changes yet because the patch isn't live yet on live patch, and I feel like he does his patch rundowns when the patch is live on live.
You're saying 14.3 bad, 14.4 good is your final
Yes,
answer?
I fundamentally believe that's what he would think. Now I'm not sure because I do think like
You
he
need to be in
attributed-
LS's brain. This is not a Bippo question.
Yeah,
This is
so
an LS
the
question.
thing is like he attributed a lot of his strength to like the item builds being strong, and I don't know if he feels like there's a good item build for Renekton, but I think there is. So I'm going to say he thinks Renekton is bad,
LS?
unless it's post
Okay,
patch.
so
in which case he thinks he's good.
I don't know. I have him actually in between. I don't have him. I have him in B. So I don't know. Like on my like pro tier list thing.
After his
like, I
buffs
have him in B.
or pre buffs.
No, it's 14-3. So I have him in B tier on 14-3. So I don't know. That's like a. Yeah, I don't know.
That's
They-
pretty
All right,
bad,
LS,
though,
he
no?
has
That's
4
pretty bad,
points.
I'd say.
Are we giving him the 5th point, or are we saying you go 4 out of 5? You choose, LS.
He gets 4.5.
4.5 out of 5. Not you get half
Excellent.
point. There you go.
I'll take
Bippo.
it.
So,
I'll take it.
still, you are in a prime position to have your choice
Yeah, I'm pretty
of
sure. Yeah.
first pick or side select. All right, now let's ask LS questions about Bippo. And let's see if these are
Okay.
tougher or easier. So, we all know Bippo has played for Fnatic, Team Liquid, FlyQuest. Can you name one other team that Bippo played for? Because you've known him before Fnatic. You actually vouched for him to join Fnatic. So
Yeah, he was in a TCL org, but I don't know the name of the org, but it was in TCL.
it's a pretty good answer.
It was
I'll
in
give you- I'll-
Turkish League, but
I'll give you a 50-50. Was it, let's name a Turkish one. Was it Supermassive or was it Dark Passage?
Dark Passage.
All right,
you go,
let's give
yeah.
you the point for that one
Yeah.
then. You gave me enough for that.
Pretty good,
Well,
yeah.
that sounds good, right, Bippo? All right, so Dark
Oh, yeah, I'll
Passage.
take it. I'll take it. That's good.
Good
yeah.
answer.
It's true.
What is Bippo's most played champion in pro play in his career?
Oh God.
Top 3 I will allow if that's a tough question.
Top
so one of
3?
his top 3.
Is it Atrox?
Aatrox is 3rd place. We will allow it. Do
Okay.
you want to take a guess
All
at 1st and 2nd? More than
First.
Aatrox. Bippo, do you know your most played champion in pro?
Of course I do. It's the 3 champions people will recognize.
All right. So you hold it then, Bippo.
Wait,
Come
wait,
on,
wait.
LS.
Is it actually like? Is it Gnar?
Gnar actually is way down the list, bro.
I have
This guy,
okay.
I have one single Gnar game all time.
that is the worst possible
okay, Bippo just
answer.
misled me by saying that it's like the 3. Okay, I
That
thought he
couldn't
was
have
trying
been
to say like
worse,
it's the
bro.
I'm like the
Alright, alright,
most well
alright,
known
what about-
for
what
playing
about
these champions.
Bippo Gnar?
Camille. Camille.
Camille, like you're trolling.
Camille, let's
Wait.
look for Camille. I'm looking down the list. Have you played a pro Camille game?
I have, yeah. I mean, I have.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
like,
you have
it's
5.
actually
I
Renekton?
have like 5 games or something.
Renekton was 5th.
Is it Renekton?
You get one more guess,
my
and then I'm going to
God.
read out the
You
top
are
2.
trolling.
So, okay.
I already got the point because you said top 3.
Oh my God.
Number 1 is Gangplank. You are embarrassing that you didn't know it was Gangplank, bro. Number 1 by a lot is Gangplank. And then 2nd place is Ornn, interestingly. So there you go.
Yeah,
okay.
you're
I
an
never
Ornn
would've got
Gangplank
one.
enjoyer. Like I was an Ornn Gangplank enjoyer.
know, I
thought
know,
you
but-
I thought you would snap know this.
Chat wants me to take away your point. If Bippo didn't have 4.5 points, I would, but let's keep this compared.
It's fine.
So-
He can keep it. Like he needs it. Like Jesus, how do you not like really? No, Camille. Who do you think I am?
LS is getting embarrassed
Oh
in
my
the
God.
trivia. What happens when the draft starts? Everyone has to wait
Yeah, I
and
don't
find
know.
out.
Oh my God.
Okay. This is a hard one. Bippo's solo
Yeah.
queue name in NA is I Will Trade. Do you know the name of any of his EU accounts? that even historical names. I'm using low fandom here, so you could obviously
Oh my
cheat. But
God,
do you
like,
remember
that would be
any
really
of his
hard to
solo
guess.
queue names in a year?
Holy, that is a hard one. I would be shocked if you knew any.
Fnatic Whippo.
Oh,
Have you had a Fnatic Whipper account in
no,
past?
this is factual.
Okay, you did have one.
Actually, good point. Good point. That's a point.
That was a conservative guess. The ones listed on EU West, let me know which one is the oldest of these. Whippo is Wide Canyon, which, good meme. Chongus and For Her Sake are the three that are listed here. Which of those is the oldest?
Accounts.
Which of those like the oldest name or the one you've had longest?
Probably, I don't know. I took White Canyon and Chongus for jungling. Yeah, no, it's actually White Canyon. I took it like immediately when people figured out that I was going to roll swap to jungle.
All right.
Those are pretty recent though. Like I have some older names. That,
yeah. I mean, some of them might not be broadcast safe, even on this substream, so we won't talk about those.
They're pretty
Final
broadcast
question
safe.
here. LS is kind of on 4 points. It's like a little bit more than 3.5. I have a tiebreaker question. So if you get this right, we're going to do the tiebreaker. So what champion does Whippo always hover in Champ Select?
Kai'Sa.
I think you actually have 2 questions. So you got the Kai'Sa. Last question here because I skipped one. If you get this right, we do the tiebreaker. What split did Whippo win the LEC?
What split did Whippo? That was 2020 summer,
Whippo?
right?
I fucking wish, man. Jesus, that would have been a good. That would have been
What?
a W. I did not win an LEC split in 2020 summer.
All right, Whippo is the winner.
Oh, it was with Fnatic. It was with Fnatic. Oh,
it
I'm
was
an
with
idiot.
Fnatic. Yeah,
all
it was with
those
Fnatic.
years was
Fnatic, yeah, with
Fnatic.
Caps.
I was on Fnatic
It was
all
with
those
Caps.
years.
Yeah.
Good try.
Yeah,
was
it
Caps.
turns out that guy's pretty good.
But that means our winner here is going to be Whippo, 4.5 points. Too big to take you down.
Okay.
Whippo, your choices are, do you want side select? Do you have a red-blue side thing going? Or do you want first pick? Because if LS gets first pick, he chooses 2, because obviously you have
that makes
Whippo on your
sense.
team.
Let me think. Okay, I'm gonna go with first picking a player. Like I want a first pick.
All right, Whippo first picks a player. That means LS, you get side selection. You can decide that over time, and you will be picking 2 on the red. So we'll go 1,
Okay.
2, and then we go from there.
Okay.
All right, there you
Whippo's
go.
on his
Well,
own team, right? Yeah.
Whippo is on his own team. You cannot pick Whippo. That
Yeah,
would be
okay.
just too weird. You guys are drafting against each other. But there is a, I don't know if you guys heard, but there is all 10 players will be in a Discord call together during this game. So that is going to be madness when it comes
banger.
to ganking or not ganking.
Oh,
So
what the hell? Okay.
we got a lot of shenanigans coming later, but
Okay.
the trivia is done. Whippo, the narrow winner, and what was actually way more competitive, Whippo also downplays. Invite this guy to your pub poker, sorry, your pub quiz night team. He definitely knows his quiz stuff.
He had
We're
a
going to start
50-50
adding
question.
players, and then we can get and then we can start to get this going. So the players are
All
getting
right.
moved in here. They've been chilling till now. All
Hello
right.
there.
All right, players are all in the chat. So, Whippo, you have the first pick of players here. Who is going to be your first pick?
So I get to pick 2 people?
You're going to have to pick 2 people, yeah. Because
2 people?
So
Okay.
you pick 1. LS has to pick 2 because you already picked Whippo.
Okay, that's how we're gonna do it. Okay, that makes sense. I have to return the courtesy to Inspired, of course. He first picked me, and I let him down, so I will make sure that I return him the favor, and this time I will carry him because
All right.
he carried me in game 1, and I let him down in game 2 and 1.
All right. Whippo
you.
inspired. They can never be parted. These guys are package duo now. Off seasons, people will know that now. LS, your red side. Two players. Are we going to go with your favorites? Is there anyone who's impressed you so far in these games? Like, who are your 2 picks here?
So I just go with, Busio Masu, no? Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
Wow,
you
the
also
bot lane
you,
power
you probably
duel.
during draft you're gonna have to like actually suss out whether they're gonna play bot lane together or not. Like Masu's got some like,
Okay.
and Busio only plays like 1 game on roll per day, and Masu's got some
Okay.
sick champions up his sleeve. So we'll wait and see on that one.
Okay.
But, Masu Busio taken. All right, action over to Whippo. I guess we'll just
I get to
go
pick
1 and
2,
1.
or do I get to
Let's
pick a
just
single
go.
one
Let's
now?
just go 1 and 1 from here. Otherwise, I'll like
Then I
lose.
can't use my strat. I had a strat in mind, but it's doomed now.
Sorry, I'm nerfing you, bro. Sorry to say.
Okay, we'll see if the strat still works. I'll go for Sajid.
All right. So we move Sage it over. So that's 3 people. LS, your third person after Busio.
Surdy. Yeah.
Surdy. All right. Surdy, of course, the king of game 1 here. Whippo?
It worked. I'm picking Shaden.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. You took it.
I took all the junglers. No one can jungle on your team, bro. No one can jungle.
Well, you're going to have to work out a jungler now at this point with the remaining pool. That actually is clever. You're really going for the throat here, Whippo.
No one's gonna jungle. It's lost.
All right, so the remaining players, we have, what, Quad, Chime, and Jensen left.
I didn't know that we would be role changing. Okay. So I thought that jungle and top were already auto-locked on my team. But that's fine. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You just been outplayed, bro. What can you do?
Okay. I didn't know. It's doomed. Okay. Okay. I don't know who plays jungle the best remaining.
You're gonna have to guess. Bro.
Okay. Just take quad.
All right.
Okay,
Quad going on to
I feel
Team
like
LS.
quad might be a bit too good in the jungle, but we'll have to see.
Okay. Yeah, prayed.
All right. So we got Chime and Jensen left over. What do you think of Buppo?
I mean, how hard am I trying to win is the real question.
I don't know, bro. You tell us.
Let me think. I'm gonna have to go. I don't know. Does anyone feel like playing support on my team? Like I kind of need a team discussion because like at the same time it's like I'd be down for like Jensen's karma is kind of 1v9. Like I feel like definitely want to have that on my team as a flex option. That's for sure.
Jensen's also undefeated. Jensen is also undefeated.
I'm gonna have to go with Jensen.
So
I'm gonna have to break up the Jensen Busio combo because that was a bit too scary.
That was
a bit too much pressure on me.
So we're gonna have a categorical winner. I like it. So one of Jensen or Busio will in fact be the winner of the day. Chime rounds it out on Team LS. Very nice. All right. So we got some powerful teams here. I haven't in my head tried to put it all together. I'm also very excited to see if Master and Busio playing together. My first thought is no. I know how these guys are. They're creative. They're silly at times. Thoughts on the? Do you feel like you were out-thought here, LS? Do you think that Buppo kind of took you to the cleaners?
Well, I thought top and jungle were auto-locked, so that's why I just chose bot duo like same time. Because then I thought either one of us gets missed,
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I thought was going on.
So you were outplayed, is what you're saying.
I bent the rules to my advantage. I bent the rules to my advantage. I think that's fair to say.
While we're waiting for the lobby and get everyone in order, LS, any feedback to Buppo on his season so far? I know you guys have done a couple of interviews that we posted on the FlyQuest, Twitter, but any thoughts or feedbacks or champions he needs to be trying? Remember, we just played on 14.3. Obviously, we won't play again for 2 weeks, so don't think we're leaking too much here. Any top lane thoughters? What are your Z tier top lane champs?
Well, I mean, me and Buppo have talked several times right after some of the games, so.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to double check. Anything spicy? Anything that's not on the list that I should be looking at?
Yeah. What's the top lane picks?
Yeah. What?
What are the Z tier tops? Is Soraka up there? I haven't looked at your top lane tier list.
Yeah, Udyr is up there for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, Udyr is well known now, bro.
I mean,
Udyr is well known.
LCS, yeah. He's the CEO of LCS for sure.
I don't think top's not really. That different.
What about the Merwin special, the Fiddlesticks top? Is that real?
It's real.
I don't know.
I can say it's real.
Well, okay.
Inspired thinks it's real, but Inspired's a fiddle enthusiast over there.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely.
But I'm down to get into drafting. I've got some bangers in mind.
Oh boy. I mean,
I have a banger draft in mind. It's gonna be absolutely sick.
Yeah, but he might break it with bans, bro. You don't know.
I don't think any of the champions I have in mind for my composition are going to get banned this game.
Got it. All right. We're going real 5-head here. We truly will know if it is the LS 200 IQ or the Buppo 5-head here.
Do we go different?
Yeah, we're going to get the players moved. Remember, they're all going to...
Okay.
I think for draft, you guys, they'll be separated, and then for the game, all in one lobby.
Okay.
We're getting them moved, and then we can get you guys into it, but... We can put on one more exciting one for the stream.
Hello.
So
okay. Wait. Wait. We're all in here. What the fuck? Yeah. There's imposters.
And we will move you out to LS, so we'll get you in there.
Okay. Yeah.
See you guys soon. All right.
Legit, so many imposters.
We got the banter in there. Any trivia questions you guys knew the answer to that were you surprised that we were able to get kind of like 8.5 correct answers there?
Man, I knew that Bwipo always hovers Kaisa because I've casted Bwipo all the time. I didn't know any of them other answers. I was sitting here being like, thank God I am not in this class taking this test because I'm about to just get the paper handed back to me with red marks all over it. I would have failed that so hard I failed it twice.
So I know that these guys are really good friends, right, for a long time. So obviously I could be a bit more specific. Who could I be that specific about for you? Is that like a Kobe thing where like you guys have casted together for a long time? Like, is there anybody that community will be aware of that I could like go deep on that you feel like you have really good knowledge of? Might even be a pro player, any community figure that you feel like I could like go deep into Games of Legends or the LoL fandom, you know?
I don't know, man. I'm pretty stupid. I don't know if I could go that far back for anybody's trivia. That's tough. You were delving.
What about Azael, bro? You and Azael, like world championship lore and stuff.
Yeah, but bro, if you ask me anything about World of Warcraft, I'm just gonna give you a South Park quote. All right, I don't know anything about that game. That's the problem. Like, I don't have the common background overlap, so it's a little bit tougher.
What about you, Cubby? Like, who would win in that battle between you and Rafa? Like, does Rafa know more about you, or do you know more about Rafa?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, I gotta side with myself because he's not here to defend himself. But yeah, my first ever cast was with Rafa, and we live together now. So that's probably the person for me. That's like, yeah, that's it.
What about you, Basil? Is it the boyfriend? Is there a community figure people know? Like, who's the person that you feel like you like have the real knowledge of? You're muted, by the way.
Oh shoot! I said I'm not a lore head. I don't really know people like.
They just know you because you're so famous, right?
Yeah, they just know me because I draw the cats, you know. But honestly, I have no idea. If you were to ask me any questions about anyone, I'd probably like do really, really bad.
What about when you were a fan? Like, was there a player that you followed really closely? Like, for a lot of NA fans, it's
Double
Bjergsen,
Lift?
right? Like, Double Lift? Okay.
Double Lift, but like,
lore.
if you asked me a random question, would not be able to answer it. Be like, yeah, I know that one play. That's about it, though.
The one play, was that a good play or a bad play?
It's the Lucian play, so maybe not that great, but you know. Yeah.
Rough. He had a lot of wins before that and after that. But
For sure.
people remember the Double Lift play. And then, okay, I mean, Alice Desk, we can only have one winner between Busio and Jensen for most wins. So who are we thinking? I don't know if you guys like took notes or if you're just kind of thinking about it, but throw out a name and give me a small reason why between Busio and Jensen to go 3-0 on the day.
Jensen, bro. Karma.
Yeah. They don't have a jungler.
Busio Copium. I will have some Hopium on the Busio side. Surely someone can lock in like the most easy jungle and like exist. So let's hope that happens.
What is the most easy jungle in 2024? Because when I was coming up in League and people back in like 2010, Warwick was the only champion that didn't die in the jungle. And then when jungle items became a thing, I guess Udyr would have been the easiest jungler, just Phoenix down things. What is the 2024 easiest jungler?
Well, if you want to have no responsibility, just lock Briar. Press the int button. Jesus, take the wheel. Right? Somebody's dying. Nothing to it.
Let's get it.
Look, if you don't know how to jungle, just
Maokai
lock
still
it.
fine, right? Maokai is still fine, right? Like, surely you can't mess up Maokai. Like,
Can
if you
die
mess it
in
up,
the
that's
jungle as
impressive.
Maokai? Probably not, right?
Surely not, right? Like, that'd be impressive.
Remember, this is like, I'm asking my new friend who like leveled up to like level 20 and like not even level 30 yet, and he just like, he got auto-filled into jungle. Easier champ than Maokai, do we think?
I mean, do you want to win?
Well, they don't want to die. They don't want to get executed, bro. That's like what we're talking about here.
It's impossible. You can play jungle whatever and not get executed now. This ain't like season 3 where you like had to have the right runes and like that was like 10,000 IP. Like
when you say
it's
that,
very different.
I'm like challenge accepted by you know, low base stat range champion that doesn't know how to kite. Are you sure that doesn't get executed?
I mean, I want to go deep lore. I remember that when Busio was role swapping from mid to support, he had another account that I think was like a master tier Shyvana jungle account, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, God.
Yeah, might have been in there. Shyvana is just a trash champ right now, but, you know, that's easy.
I mean, all the dragons got buffed for the Year of the Dragon, so, I mean, are we sure she's still trash?
She's pretty trash, bro.
She's pretty bad.
There's 3 dragons in League of Legends, and 2 of them are good. Like,
I feel like your analytical opinion on champions is inversely proportional to how commonly they're picked. So if you tell me something about Shyvana, I'm like Flower's nose.
Yeah,
So-
no, I am the lord of the dumpster. All right, I know my garbage when it comes to League of Legends, and Shyvana is garbage. Right? She's down there with Skarner. We're hanging out in the same place. We're going to the same parties. We're having a good time. But that good time does not include winning games of League of Legends. Now, if you want a good dragon, you get Smolder. He's busted. You take Aurelion Sol. He scales up into infinity. You're gonna have a great time. Shyvana, not so much. Not so much.
Well, big shout out to some of the recent donors. We actually have Park Mom, a lovely FlyQuest Socials person with $1, checking that it works. Impact Carry Jojo, that's what people are saying right here. C9 results this year will give us the answer on that. With $100, big shout out there. Pick Skarner, you schmucks. Is that you, Flowers, on a alt account or what?
No, but I agree with that guy. Where's that? Whoever said that? Go that guy. Yeah, Skarner's easy to play even if you've never played jungle before in your life. As long as your Q finger will not take damage over a long period of time, you are fine. You're gonna have to mash that button like crazy, but you'll be great. You can't miss your ulti.
You might need to buy, the guy. You might need to buy a new keyboard after playing Skarner or Evelyn, though. That's like the downside, right? You're just pressing Q a lot.
Oh, yeah, no, I actually set it up back in college when I just played League of Legends 10 hours a day. I set it so my Q was bound to both Q and spacebar, and I would bounce my hand up and down like this after about 5 hours, because otherwise I would start to get like carpal tunnel. So it made it so I could continue mashing Q and still playing the game for an extended period of time. That's the true tech, see?
That is a Skarner enthusiast right there.
Wow.
But big shout out. We have gone over the $2,500 donation amount. We're at $2,710
Yeah,
here.
let's go!
I'm hoping we hit the full $5,000, just so we get $10,000, $5,000 matched by FlyQuest over the conservation fund. That's the big shout out there. Again, ! Donate in the Twitch chat of the main stream. If you're on a co-stream, of which there's many, many people around the world, big shout out to Baiano and Toad Amarillo, our co-streamers in Portuguese and Spanish, respectively. LS himself has been co-streaming, Flowers as well. Kelsey Moser's over there. It's great to bring the world of League of Legends and the LCS together. There's been so many people having a good time today. I'm just ready to skip to this draft, though, because LS versus Whippo, there's going to be table stakes there. Like, this is the sort of thing that will be like a trivia question to them in 5 years. It's like, remember that show match when you drafted against each other? Like, how I outplayed you? Like, that's going to be a thing there. So it's like a moment in time that we're all enjoying here. This is an I was here moment, whatever the chat is. I actually don't speak Spanish and Portuguese well enough to know what I was here in those respective languages. But I hope that's the vibe, because we're having fun. The LCS won't be around for too much more of a break. I think we're ready to go to the game, though. I saw a ship at notification, so let's get started.
All right, sitting up straight. Let's do this. All right, so for those of y'all who might not have heard it, the people, unfortunately, that chose to watch in my co-stream where I don't have the sound for the past 20 minutes, Whippo was saying he's got a draft planned here that none of the champions he's planning on picking should ever get banned. So Whippo is... He's a garbage chef, right? He's dumpster diving, he's finding some thrown out fast food, an expired can of soup, maybe some old mystery meat, and he's gonna cook it all up in one pot together, and he's expecting this to come out with a Michelin star. I'm excited to see this approach going up against LS, who, remember, part of the trivia questions that they had for him was, oh yeah, you know, back when he coached Cloud9 for that short period of time, we got some spicy drafts out of them. I wanna see some more spice from him. I wanna see the maddest draft of the day between these two.
Well, we're going to have to see if it ends up being more like Iron Chef or Chopped between these guys. As I will say early on, I think Whippo getting rid of the Casio for quad, that's appropriate, given what we saw in the last one, too, if people were missing out. And some specific bans towards LS as well. The Ivern, a champ that LS knows very well himself, and, you know, is, I think, really responsible for bringing that in LCS to mid in more than one ways. Yeah, that's taken off the board too. So some focus bans from Whippo.
All right, they're going to get rid of those focus bans. And then just like a more general ban, I mean, Varus is strong. He's good at laning. Just get rid of him, I guess. Udyr and Lucian banned out by Team LS. What is our last one going to be, LS?
Who knows? Whatever they don't want them to open with. I assume that, like, Ashe is a champ that, like, if we're playing really meta, you know, you kind of just get rid of Ashe because she has range and can control terrain pretty easily with slows and the hawk shots and the ECAs, I like to call them.
All right, we're really taking the whole time. Oh, we've banned out the Disco Nunu again.
Oh,
that's just
Whippo,
BM.
Oh, Inspired Canet and Whippo. Oh,
that's BM, man.
That's too bad. Yeah.
You're killing me here.
Oh, the TF, the like 4-way flex
Whoa.
TF is out. Okay.
Oh no, the AD Twisted Fate, the absolute scourge of solo queue.
Well, I will say that FlyQuest really put this pick in its place with a Callista Renata. I'm not sure if we're going to see that from them this time, but it could nullify it with something like a Senna. Okay, so I think Senna might need a bit of a help protection, but Senna scales very well with all the souls. And curious if in Korea, it's very common right now to see Senna Nautilus versus a Lucian Milio. I know Lucian was taken away, but wondering if we see the Nautilus pairing come out with the Senna as well.
All right, LS. What are we going to draft alongside this? I'm highly doubting it's actually Master Yi. Okay, wait, wait.
Maokai's
Are we
Omega.
going with the we might just be going with the basal angle of if nobody knows how to jungle, just throw some guy on Maokai. Because you can't mess up Maokai. I guess that's the play. Over on Team Bwipo, Bwipo will be jungling on the Lee. Inspired will be playing the Hui in mid lane.
And I will have to say, I mean, it could be jungle Maokai, but we have seen Senna Maokai be a dual lane. That is playable. So that is an option for Team LS as they move on. And if they do want to lock in the Azir, that is one where, you know, putting that Maokai bot to not have the double magic damage mid-jungle duo is a little bit more appealing. So could be an option moving forward.
All right. Second half of the bands, what are we going to get? I'm assuming we have both junglers. We've got both mid laners. You already mentioned the Twisted Fate is like a 4-way flex. He just goes everywhere. Like, we don't really know where the hell this guy's going. And then Senna is one of the two roles bottom. So definitely not mirrored up here, I would expect, but still could possibly be one of the outcomes. Team LS, they really love spinning the timer all the way, and they're going to spin the whole timer to not pick a ban.
Oh, we'll see if we get an update about that in chat. But I will say that, you know, real quick, I know one of the coolest facts I have about, you know, Masu. Masu was our most valuable prospect for Challengers League this past year, which I know you guys have done a great job of covering with the LCS, but this is actually only his 4th split playing competitively. He did 1 split, then he got picked up to one of your Challengers, then he got picked up to LCS. I think he's been performing really well. And the very first champ, like I was watching Masu and like, wow, this guy's really good. It was his Senna. Excited to see if he actually is able to pilot that for this game.
All right, well, we've got the Jax banned away by Team Bwipo, so we're not going to get any helicopter calls in this game. We're going to ban out the Milio from Team LS. Like you were talking about, the Lucian Milio being a potential option to go into something like this, but hey, not this game. There goes the Olaf. They want to ban that one out here too. So let's see what this okay, no, never mind. I forgot. I was going to say, well, let's see what the final ban looks like, but I forgot it's a null ban, so...
I mean, funnily enough, Bwipo could be setting up Shaden to play something like an Aatrox top. Just looking at the Jackson Olaf bans, like those are two champs that match decently well. And Team LS has a choice, right? They have to reveal, you know, what's where the Maokai is going, or they, you know, have to pick top and preserve that Maokai flex. So looks like the Blitzcrank will be picked up by Chime, and that Maokai is going to Busio. So he is the autofill jungler.
All right, they're leaving the last pick for the top laner here on Team LS. They want to make sure that they given every opportunity for that counter pick in the matchup. But what's Team Bwipo going to go for here? Bwipo, I'm still looking to see how this whole comp comes together here. Is he just going to pick the Kai'Sa for the memes? Are we going to lock this in?
I mean, Kai'Sa's pretty hard into Senna. Senna has a pretty big range advantage. Kai'Sa will be able to operate a lot of the fight. Besides that, Alistar is a really good counter pick into Blitzcrank. I mean, if you get yoinked, or if you yoink an Alistar, your team is probably going to flame you. So that is a good option for Jensen, who is autofilled support.
Okay, last pick, Team LS. What is the answer? What are we playing in the top lane? Is it just the Aatrox?
It's in the top TF, right?
Please just give me something more interesting than Aatrox. I have to see this dude every game.
No! Hang on, it's LS's team, so it's Aatrox.
Aatrox. Okay, well, we have the Aatrox locked in for Surdy. All right, so Shaden's going to be playing top lane Twisted Fate. I'm assuming the AD version. Into the top lane Aatrox. We've got Bwipo back in the jungle on the Lee Sin, going up against Busio's Maokai that he may or may not have never played before. Inspired. Wait.
It's are top they actually? TF. Wait.
No. Mid lane. Is that mid lane Alistar?
Jensen gets the Hui again? No,
it's. Oh, okay. No. It's they just have him in the wrong order. Inspired's going to be the support with the Alistar, and then Jensen.
No, what happened is Jensen was like, I'm not going to let Inspired play mid again. I need to take the wheel here. He's calling himself, it's Jesus take the wheel, right?
He called the audible. He's saying, I am not allowing you to do this again. I saw the last game. I saw the
that's the narrative I'm writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jensen on the Hui mid versus Quad on the Azir, and it'll be Inspired on the Alistar. You already talked about the Alistar Blitzcrank matchup a little bit. Yeah, maybe you can kill him pre-6, you pull him. Anything post-6, man, you're just setting him up for the pulverize. As soon as you pull him in, he's going to pop his ult, he's going to pulverize you. It's a bad time. We're going to need to see these hooks dialed in from Chime, who, remember, was the last pick of our Captain's Dodgeball draft. I feel like whenever your last pick, you got a little bit of a chip on your shoulder.
I mean, 2 games in a row, too, for Chime. So, you know, JP is going to really try and bring it to him this time. As I will say that, at least for Chime, his Blitzcrank is really good in Challengers, and he does have some setup as the Senna and the Maokai. You know, they have some CC. If you are able to, you know, find a nice Nature's Grasp, that's an easy way to line up a rocket grab.
All right, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the last game of the day here in our best of the West FlyQuest show match. Reminder that QR code on your screen you can scan at any time to support the conservation fund and the charity that we're playing for here today. Donators already on the screen right there, including our current top donator with $100, Inspired Carry JoJo. Well, based on the current standings of both FlyQuest and C9, it would be hard to refute that with stats. Let's see how this invade goes now for Team LS as they're grouped up 5, invading enemy territory, but nobody's here.
I love to see Quad trash talking in all chat, too. Inspired kind of dodged him. That's the team banner that we want. And keep in mind, because you guys raised so much money already for the conservation fund, everyone's in the same call for this game. So, you know, are we really ganking top or not? That's going to have to be a question that all of our teams ask each other, as there could be faulty information, there could be real information. We're playing this one a little weird here in the in-house.
Yeah. All 10 players in the same Discord call for the entirety of the game. Mind games are paramount. Anybody who used to play, I don't know if you ever played like Warcraft 3 free-for-all games back in the day, Cubby, but I used to, like, the free-for-all community, so much of it is chat manipulation, trying to convince people to think what you want them to think instead of what might not be there. So let's see how these guys end up playing those mind games this game. Remember that Jensen back in game number 1, man, his Hui was a menace. Absolutely hard carrying that one. And Shaden versus Sturdy up here. The ADTF has just become such a monster after the buffs. This thing can absolutely slam lanes.
Yeah, the auto attack reset on the TF is really nice. Not to mention all the juice they put behind the numbers to just make the AD build all the more viable. So it's going to be the D-Blade and the Fleet Start, and also Shaden has a Ghost, so it's going to be important that he's able to manage his wave states on his own, because any depth up top is going to be extra punishing. And look at Busio's path. He is going Raptors, Red, Krugs. His plans to interact with the top side, see if he gets any windows open up there to really set Shaden behind.
Let's see it. And I like the fact that if your jungler's not an experienced jungler, he's on the Maokai, you have a point-and-click W, you're useful no matter how behind you are in the game. You don't have to be a pathing, like, Econ Megamind to really make things happen the way they need to happen up here. Shaden, gonna step forward, try to hit Surdy a couple of times, but Busio's coming up. The gold card has already been used. Busio sees the opportunity to go for something here. Shaden popping the Ghost that gets him close enough back to the turret. If Busio goes for Twisted Advance there, Shaden flashes underneath the turret just like this, brings him with him. This is the oldest bait in the book. You can do this to Maokai, you can do this to Vi. Anybody who has a I'm going and you can't stop me ability, you just flash under the turret and bait him in. Beautifully done by Shaden. I don't think Busio knew that was how it was going to work, but now we got a counterattack coming up here as Bwipo is ready to make sure it's a 2-0 lead for Team Bwipo.
I mean, I know this is a charity match and all, but Busio really took it to the next level with that W in, making sure this is really just a pure donation going over to Team Bwipo.
If this is solo queue and you're Aatrox, you're saying don't come top. Don't come top anymore. Gank other lanes. Gank other lanes. Just let me be. Let me be.
The amount of typing that Surdy would be doing right now would be something else. Okay, nice engage from Inspired.
Yeah, Masu down to 200 HP already, but Inspired gets locked up as Masu gets himself back away. So Jed gonna grab the first kill here in the 2v2 as Chime is still trying to escape. Flashes out so Inspired cannot try to lock him down any further. It's a 3-0 start for Team Bwipo. They are absolutely destroying their opponents as Bwipo manages to secure his own blue. You can see Sturdy wanted to contest that one a little bit, but man, early game could not be more frightening for Team LS.
No, this is going to be a tough one to overcome. I will say a couple things that they have going for them. Of course, Maokai does have really sound engage, but God, this Maokai is so far set behind. Love that Bwipo is attacking the respawn Raptors as well. That's smart from him, as Bwipo A jungler that was at Worlds, which I think, very impressive that Bwipo was able to make it there on 2 different roles and play at a very high level. Good to see him flexing some of that in the show match.
Well, Jensen could be under pressure now. Let's see if Busio can make gank number 2 count. He still has his flash. Jensen also with a flash of his own. I think if you're Busio, you're very, very aware of how Maokai's W interacts with enemy flashes now. It's a lesson you only have to learn once. I mean, come on, man. I'm serious.
I mean, it's not like, Maokai's been meta forever, man. It's I think Busio just, wanted to see if, I don't know, he was like ping checking Chicago servers with Shaden. That's still one that, we're going to have to put on the tinfoil hats to explain that one.
Well, a little tough, a little tough. So Bwipo knows that Busio is there. He goes ahead and takes the recall. Shaden also is aware that Busio is there, so he just steps back a little bit now. Surdy's stuck trying to farm up these minions underneath the turret. Shaden wants to try to harass him however he can underneath this. Busio just goes back to farm the Krugs now. He doesn't just want to be AFK, standing around waiting the entire time. You can see Brutalizer picked up for Bwipo. This is not going to be the Bruiser-style Lee Sin, I don't think. I think it's going to be Lethality, which is a lot of fun to watch, but it also puts more pressure on you because once you start to goof up, you just turn into a Meals on Wheels cart, like the champion. The lethality build, as soon as it messes up once, I feel like it just can't help but chain feed. As Surdy going after Shaden. Busio, ready for the follow-up. There is no follow-up. Shaden is fine.
Here was the bait from Busio, is that he got both sums out, but he didn't burn his flash that time, so that he intentionally inted the first kill, so he could get the revisit. That's my tinfoil hat explanation of this.
Okay, that's what it's going to be. He's got to get the revisit, though, for it to be worth. There he goes, Twisted Advance, ready to knock him backwards with the Bramble Smash. The sapling is armed. Okay, well.
Got a flash.
Yeah. All right, they're going to force him away from the wave at least. All right. I'll take that. A lot of minions about to be eaten by that here. The sapling did not make it into the brush. And it looks like Shaden is just going to have to go back home. He does not have a teleport to return to lane. He's running double movement summoner spells with the Flash and Ghost together on the Twisted Fate. So Surdy's at least going to enjoy a nice minion lead off of this. But the whole time, considering the enemy jungler is just topside, Bwipo gets the green light to take the Drake.
All right, nice. I mean, Shaden, he's the one that does this for Surdy. I mean, he knows the playbook. He knew that Busio was going to be up there. As Busio, he will get a couple camps out of it against Bwipo, but Bwipo is still going to be ahead of the power curve. And no grubs being traded out. That means that one of the neutrals does go over to Team Bwipo as Busio. He's in trouble now.
Yeah, he's going to face check the brush here. Inspired's ready and waiting for him. There comes your spiraling despair. The tree is about to be a very sad boy. Jensen needs a little more damage, and Busio can flash back over the wall. Unfortunately, the flash ends up never being able to be used offensively. He has to pop it just to stay alive there. The Hui damage too threatening. As now Shaden says, hey, buddy, remember me? Cuts him down. Nicely done as Inspired goes in to set up another one here in the mid lane. Quad using the shuffle to try to get that enemy support away. But the gold card over the wall locks Quad down. One more auto attack is needed. Inspired ends up killing him off with the Ignite. And Shaden will not die to Surdy. This game is a slaughter, an execution, an absolute wash. And Team Bwipo are the ones doing the washing, as now it's Chime under pressure. Masu and Chime thought that they were going to try to zone their opponents, zone Sajet away all the way back to the tier 2 turret, but instead they just end up giving them 2 kills. 7-0 Team Bwipo.
All right, well, we did say that we were going to stream scrims today as part of the show match. Usually this is where you get like the slash remake in, but just next for the fans. Yeah, we're going to make sure we play this one out as Shaden. I mean, he's autofilled top 2. I know that I was teasing that, like, when he was rank 1 and rank 2 on the server, he was playing a lot of Kindred and Graves. We saw the Graves in the last one, but now he's got the TF. He's kind of cooking. Busio definitely helped him get there, but that was a nice gold card over the wall. Post-ult, making sure that he gets 2 kills off that first ult.
Surdy just having that Q2 a little bit misaligned means that he can't get the knock-up on Shaden to allow the Infernal Chains to pull him right on back, so unfortunately doesn't get to combo him for as much damage as he would have liked there. Masu trying to rotate up through this bot side river here. Inspired just chilling in mid, helping Jensen out, applying a little bit more pressure. The Senna just barely not level 6. You can see the EXP bar is about 95% of the way there, so Masu, without the ulti available, can't really help from a long way away. Inspired just now hitting his level 6. Now we're at the problem point, Cubby, where if Blitz ever pulls Alistar it's an issue. Shaden flashing away back underneath the turret.
Oh, no.
Busio does not go with him this time, but the problem is Whippo has showed up. Busio is not tanky. This is an AP Maokai.
Used his R.
Whippo will absolutely and literally kick his ass. And there it is. Shaden goes on a rampage as Surdy wants to turn it around, try to find something,
Oh.
but Whippo with a flash away. Now Surdy's going to die too. It's a 9-0 game with Inspired putting more pressure back onto the mid lane at the same time. What is happening, man?
It's an absolute disaster everywhere. Sajad's getting starved out, but he's looking at the map like, this is chill, guys. My team is carrying, and Inspired is here right in time to make sure that he does not get dove as Chime.
Okay, Chime's going for a play down in the bottom lane here at the same time, but the camera's back into mid as Quad goes for the outplay on Jensen, but he ain't gonna find it. Jensen grabs the 10th kill of the game here for Team Whippo. You know what? Now that things are kind of like they are right now, let's go ahead and listen into the crazy 10-man comms.
Yeah, you're hella basing, bro.
I mean, it's
Oh, you might actually
honestly,
basing.
it's honestly crazy what we're seeing on our screens right now.
Like behind you.
How long? How long?
2 seconds?
I hate eating it, me.
Just fine.
Oh, then he's
Nice.
fucking fuming. Bye. The W actually connected on me. That's kind of unlucky. The W didn't hit me.
Oh, that hits me.
That's all you, bro. I'm peaceful.
Is someone bot? I think jungle. Just go back.
Jungle must be bot. I just ganked up for the second time after Grubs and he didn't like.
He has no
punish me.
flash.
flash?
You're fine.
No flash?
No. Actually, maybe he's up in like 10 seconds. You can get. If he W, I can view him to double start.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't even think you need me. I think you fucking one-shot this guy. Holy, you're actually Thanos. Kraken Slayer. Pew, 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 pew.
Top is really bad. Like really bad.
It's enormous stuff, actually. Holy, he cannot breathe. Like, actually, like, why didn't we buy? Why didn't we fucking put Shaden on the main team?
I'm
What the
basing
fuck am I spouting on Aatrox?
He's gonna take a play.
Holy.
Yeah.
Actually, Thanos.
You can get
Thanos
the
on TF.
I kind of destroy this tower, yeah.
He has TP. He might rage TP behind you top because he's like really mad right now.
That's a nice practice there, though. Nice W.
Azira's flash or not?
Yeah, I think so. No ult.
Oh, you didn't pull him?
Oh,
No R, Alistar, no R. You can flash on him. Busio, you can flash
was
on him.
that my bad?
Busio, you can flash on him.
Yeah. Kill the update.
We still fight.
Okay.
Oh, I have flash.
How's your flash? I'm
No
here,
flash
I'm here.
on Senna. Now I
Yeah.
have flash. Senna no flash. Senna no. Don't go.
There's the K.
Whoa.
Oh, I shouldn't have. I wanted to ego on him, but I was too greedy. My bad.
Yeah, watch
Actually, I
your
thought
right.
I'd one
Kill
shot.
this
I did way
guy.
more damage to him.
Go.
You didn't have shot on.
Yeah, I did.
Fuck,
I
this
said
guy
so,
wants to
but-
die.
Another one.
Yo, can you stay mid and Jensen base in the Oh, actually.
Is your TP down?
Yeah, we can do that.
TT.
You wanna stay?
Take this?
You probably can.
Take this. No.
Why the top laner is fuming? He's really trying to outplay you here. On side steps. He knows his pop. He's gonna Q3 flash. Does he hit it? Does he not? There it is! He misses! Sweet spot whiffs! He's getting run down! Gold card's coming out! Oh!
Why kiss him here?
I'm fishing. I have a fishing rod right now. I have a fishing rod. And another one!
Fuck.
Holy, like, actually, what the fuck are you
We
doing?
need
there?
to give them some kills, guys.
Yeah.
Somebody take
Like,
them.
actually, like, we need to give him some shutdowns.
Ah,
This is,
let's
like,
give Quad
enemy
advantage.
support is completely different.
Enemy support is soloing you, by the way.
Flowers, I think Blippo's coming for your job. He's like play-by-playing the whole map here.
Yeah, dude, Whippo's loving it.
Here,
This
I'll
is
do it.
absolute domination
Returned to top
from
lane.
Team Whippo.
Camera on the top lane right now.
He's dominating He's dominating comms in a 10
Oh
man.
my god.
He's calling everything. He's calling what the other team's trying to do.
He's also making sure that LS doesn't get perfect gamed again. He gave away that kill underneath the mid lane turret, and now he goes for another dive.
Oh, he does it. Fuck. Wait, he has flash.
Push so I can help. Senna
He has flash, he has flash.
What a Chad, man.
Kill this stupid Maokai.
It's 18 to 1.
Uh-oh.
Yo,
There is no mercy in the FlyQuest in-houses. I mean, you can hear the football and inspired sweet coming out. This is. Oh my gosh!
These
I
are
mean,
the comms. These are the comms.
Oh! There we go. No flash, Alistar.
Good death. Good death.
What? He has headshot knife?
I love hearing Busio like sneak in there like no flash Alistar when it's been brutal. It's been brutal this game for Red Side, but he's still getting after it.
It's 19-2 in a 14-minute game. By the way, for any of you guys wondering, no, the gold at the top of the scoreboard is not accurate.
Are you sure?
Yeah, dude, only 900 gold separating with a 17 kill advantage. Oh,
Shaden
man.
is just obliterating Surdy in this matchup as the Kraken Slayer into what might be a Bork for this Twisted Fate.
Yeah, dude, this is so doomed. It's hard to play. He flashes out of the chains.
Oh, no.
He gets the stacked deck for the last kill. Shaden is god like 7-0-2 here on the DF. Whippo's ready to stop the counterattack coming in from the other side. He goes for the play on quad, but the shuffle knocks him back. Shaden with enough move speed to get away from the ulti from Busio's Maokai. All right, at least they get another one. They picked up a second kill there on the Whippo, 7-2-6. Okay, Shaden just kind of gives over another one. Hey, no worries. It's another 1,000 gold shutdown. They're right back in this, right?
I respect it. I feel like you gotta, it's a show match. You gotta try and send a message. Like, we heard of Whippo, and they're like, I was trying to ego. Yeah. You gotta try and ego, right? And if you're playing an in-house against teammates and you're not trying to send a message, what are you doing?
Right, yeah. It's not about perfect KDAs or anything like that.
No.
You gotta get in their heads. You gotta prove a point. Make them remember the name, man. Jensen will take down another turret here back in mid lane. I don't know what the current turret score is. I don't know. The thing doesn't work. Just whatever you guys watching at home feel like the turret score is. That's what the turret score is. Jensen gets caught out by the infernal chains, but he can just walk it off.
I'll be honest. 5K gold is way less than I thought this would be at. That is.
Is it really just only 5K?
That's a blessing. Yeah, that's 20 to 4. It's just 5K.
That's honestly incredible that it's only 5K with this score.
Damn. I mean, there's a Twisted Fate too. That's like gold inflation in the market for blue side. I mean, how is this the case?
I have no idea what is going on, but Whippo's going to start up the Herald. Now, what I really need to see, I want to see this Shelly get driven like a Fast and the Furious movie. And not one of the first ones that were actually about cars and crime, like the recent ones that are just complete mess from start to finish, but they're still fun to watch. That's the kind of Shelly driving I need to see. Quad's going to grab another kill. The Azir is 4-4. The Azir has a normal scoreline in this absolute travesty of a game for Team LS so far. Nice root there. Jensen takes some damage. The Dawning Shadow is at least going to see the Herald be taken low, but Whippo still secures it.
Quad has definitely showed up today. He's been gaming a bit, and I mean, he had the Casio game. I think game 1 they dropped. He looked fine. This game, he's doing his best to not Malden solo queue in this game. As at the moment things are pretty grim elsewhere. Surdy, he rushed Edge of Night. It's gonna get him out.
Yeah.
All right, not bad.
Okay, he lives.
All right.
He lives. Okay, maybe
we take
it's a 3,000 gold difference, dude. I actually think if blue team keeps happy gaming. Team LS might be able to just rally around the Azir and try to pull off a miracle.
I mean, if that happens, I feel like LS owes Quad dinner or something. I think Quad needs to be crowdfunded his meal.
He absolutely. This guy is he's the last hope for Team LS. As Surdy face checks the brush, Shaden and Inspired waiting on him there. Masu's not going to do much about it. Gold card was locked in just a little bit late to be able to secure the extra lockdown there on the FlyQuest 80 carry. The farming Blitzcrank is up to 125 farm completed. He's ready to Hex Flash over the wall. He finds the immediate knock up into the pull on the Jensen. Now they can follow up with the Maokai. Busio ends up taking the kill. Another kill over to Team LS. The gold's still about 4,000 apart, but man, it could be so much worse. Honestly, it is still unironically winnable. I know that sounds stupid.
Objective bounties go hard. Objective
tough.
bounties go hard. Yeah, that's unironic. I mean, I think the key though, like what can help Team LS get the furthest ahead is kill Whippo, and then as a team of 5, you all scream into the mic, "Twee!" and then you really send a message that way. That's how you actually get back in. So it's about the mental diff.
All right, let's see what the comms sound like.
Let's look for
Yeah, we get a team fight coming up.
Can you careful? I want to look.
I'm here, man.
I'm fighting on the side here.
Oh, looks hard, honestly.
Yeah, we have mid. We have the inside track to mid. Don't worry. You don't have to go.
Can we go back to mid? Look at 5.
I'll watch the wave here.
Yeah. You can roll all back into it. Cool. Favorite blitz flash check? Playing up back. Good kick.
Being marked by Maokai.
Too fast.
There's nothing. That's fine, guys.
Oh, whoops. It's okay.
Right here. Do you want to start eating, by the way? Or do you want to keep passing?
Oh, yeah, I should start farming actually. Should have a while ago. Oops.
I love that. Should you start eating to
Should we start eating? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Senna's having a little bit of a rough game here so far. Like 0-5, it's rough out there. Maybe needs excuse me, a little farm. Try to catch back up into the overall state of things. 5,000 gold lead for Team Whippo. Team LS. It's all about quad. Protect quad. Play around quad. Whippo knows that too. He's looking for him. He's got the Emperor in his sights. Whippo coming around from the side. He goes for the kick. He finds him into the wall. The caster curse. I'm so sorry, quad. I didn't mean to, bro. Whippo just immediately ready to go for this one. Inspired also looking for the angle over the wall here as the tier 2 is about to fall. Chime goes for a pull. He finds it. That's going to be a lot of burst down into Shaden. That's a nice shutdown, but Inspired's moving around from the side as Jensen finds another. Chime has to try to escape, but Survey's ready for the lockdown. Whippo throws out the Q, but he ain't going to find it here just yet. Masu popping the cleanse, trying to get away. He escapes back underneath that tier 3, but Sinjet is ready to find him and the back line. Now Inspired leading the charge forward as they once again are ready to lock down Sturdy. Whippo takes the kill, and Masu's trying to get himself away. Everybody not named Masu is dead on the side of Team LS. There's 2 different tier 3 turrets that are ready to fall here in the base as Masu tries to kite it out, but Inspired's ready to fight it out, baby. His lights out. Jensen grabbing the kill, 26-7. Tier 3 turret smashed in the bottom lane. Tier 3 turret under pressure back here in mid. Quad stepping up. The rest of Team Whippo stepping back.
Yeah, I think it's back in the Shui territory here for Team Whippo, as that kind of got things back in their favor, and Quad, meanwhile.
Okay. Quad
that was
tries
neat.
to get something, but nah, it's just not happening. Wait, TP's coming in. Azir Sundisk is there, but it's not going to give you a whole lot. The thing's about to get knocked down anyway. They slow Chime. He's still looking for some kind of an approach here, some angle for a pull, but with Shaden on the flank, it's problems, man. The gold card's ready. Remember, nicely done. He uses the wild cards to break the edge of night so the stun can still find him. Use the abilities in the right layering there as Jensen gets pulled in, shut down. Nicely done. Sturdy grabbing the kill as the TP's ready to show up, and if Quad can join the fight and manage to flank these guys, it could be huge. He's on top of a control ward, so that he knows that they can't see exactly where he's at. Now crossing over the enemy control ward, so they do know where exactly he's at. Now Whippo's about to get locked down. No follow-up here just yet. So Jet over the wall. The Kathian Rain a little bit on Sturdy. They're pretty low here with the Aatrox. Gotta be careful. Edge of Night plus the Brutalizer's all he's got. There's no Starex or anything keeping this champion alive through some burst. All right, Team LS. Let's see if they might be able to get an objective bounty here. Maybe grab a tier 1 turret. Doesn't look like it. Instead, heading back into the topside river. I don't think Baron is going to be the play. They're at least going to try to bait him over. They get out the blue trinket at least.
It is one where, like, with the Senna Maokai Azir, you have a lot of ability to kind of control terrain. So I think FlyQuest, or Team LS, see, I did it too, Flowers.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. They all have FlyQuest in the health bars. The fight breaks out. Jensen just can walk it off. Not really too worried about it. Inspired still has the Alistar ulti too, so they can't fully engage on him. Busio, Sturdy, Masu, they're all chasing after Whippo, and they may have caught him here. A lot of damage.
That's the message.
On that lethality, Lee Sin, but the Senna ulti missed. They still grab the shutdown, but it might end up still be traded back. Inspired, eating a lot of damage there from those soldiers. It's a 1-for-0 so far, but Masu might just drop the Spiraling Despair. There it is.
Yeah.
Boom! Jensen grabs the kill.
That is, like, again, like FlyQuest challengers, they can somewhat try to control terrain to make sure that, like, Team Whippo, they can't, you know, continuously step up. I think that if Red Team continues to kite back a bit, it is a bit playable, as we saw. I think they played in their pocket of vision there rather nicely, but it's a hell of a goal differential, Flowers. It's staring at 7K. It's pretty tough to overcome, and this TF is all the rage as Shaden burns his flash to kill.
Yeah, Shaden using the flash there for the outplay. That's the problem, man. When you're the melee champion into these ranged champions, if they can just evade that all in, escape your one attempt, all of a sudden you're back into just being a pincushion, and Shaden doesn't make it look like a fun game to play from the Aatrox side. 29-9, 7,500 gold lead. They try to go in for the pull, but they're not going to get Jensen. Instead, Inspired lays down his life for his mid laner, and Chime barely walks away. Now Jensen under pressure again, but Jensen, he gets the snipe on the back into the fight, but does he pay for for it with his life. Yes, Masu gets the kill. Now Busio fires off the ulti. They want to find this last pick here. Over the wall come the soldiers. Down goes the Kaisa. It's a 3v2 on the map. Make it a 4v2. Surdy just respawned. They know for Team LS, they got to go for the Baron. They got to go for the play. They got to make something happen here. Busio has the smite ready to go, but he's only at 40% HP. They've got the Azir. This burns through Baron very quickly, but they have to be mindful of Maokai's health bar. Gold card locked in for Shaden. Bwipo goes in the instant execute on Busio. Bwipo has to die now or there's no way. The comms are live and the boys are popping off. Shaden's going to be taken down, but they trade him back over for Quad at the same time. Now Sturdy and Masu still alive and Bwipo's already dead, but they can't do the Baron. Now with only the 2, it's done. Nobody gets Baron. Everybody's dead.
I mean, things are getting a little bit feisty here as Team LS continues to scale. Inspired, he's going to take a... Oh, okay, never mind. He was going to take a cheeky headbutt. Perfectly timed, you know, to make it look cool. While that's going on, Bwipo is trying to hit the dragon. He had to rotate back over to make sure that Baron was contested, a bit of trade, but look at Quad's items throughout all this. I know that we're seeing the Hui drop some tactical nukes on the Rift, but Quad, if he's allowed to auto-attack at all in these fights, he's going to be massive.
Yeah, this guy is actually a real issue.
He's dead.
Not yet. Not yet. He sidestepped away from the snipe. Jensen still might have
that one.
I was going to say, Jensen still got another one, so...
Yep.
The cooldowns aren't particularly long right now, so we've still got a problem here with the Drake. Yes, Jensen did get hurt a little bit in the fight, but it's Masu who's down and out. But it's Team LS who are starting up the Drake. Quad putting plenty of damage into it, but they got to be careful. They got to play around this guy. The Azir is the only way they can really win fights. Inspired, pulled back in. He finds the Pulverize on the multiple targets. Quad is in danger. He has to flash back away as the Maokai ulti provides cover for the retreat. Bwipo loses his spell shield. Busio and Chime still leading the charge. They want to try to lock down more of these guys, and they found him. Sajet is gone. Bwipo's on the back end of the fight now. Quad gets hit by the Q. He's ready to try to outplay it. He uses the ulti. Beautifully done. Bwipo drops now too, but keep your eyes on Jensen. This is the guy who still might be able to outfight him. Quad stepping out of the way there of that snipe yet again. What is that stupid thing called? Way abilities. Lol, wiki. Jensen still looking for something as Shaden comes around from behind, locking in the card on Masu, but he buffers through it with the ulti. Shaden's gonna drop, Masu drops in trade. A 1-for-1 there on that end of things, but Busio's gonna claim the Drake at the exact same time. The name of the spell is Severing Bolt. I realize that now as Quad clears out the minions back in the mid lane. The game goes on.
I think we have a bit of a game here, Flowers. It's a 4.5k gold lead for Team Bwipo, but look at Team LS. Like, they have a Senna, they have an Azir, they have a Maokai. These things are going to scale into oblivion. Doesn't matter that the Aatrox is about as useful as, you know, I don't know. It's not useful at all.
Look, dude, he's a guy who's alive and has a health bar. You send him in as a distraction, and when they spend abilities on him, that's good, because now Azir's not having abilities spent on him. Inspired, once again, here on the front, once again, exploded. The ulti, you can see the icon there on the left side of your screen. He still had a few seconds left on it, so the burst was so easy for Team LS. They got a 5v4 on the Rift now for the next 25 seconds.
We are scaling here for Team LS. Good picks being found too by the Senna and the Blitzcrank. Getting an update from Geophysics in our ear. Senna, 88 stacks. Can't really see it because the QR code to donate is in the way. Again, this is a charity stream. If you want to support the Conservation Fund, go ahead and scan that QR code or type !donate. As at the moment, Baron trying to be donated over to the blue team. Team Bwipo.
Yup. They're going for it. Busio, can he try to steal this one away? No. He didn't have a flash to get over the wall. There was no blast cone. No chance to really steal that one. So nicely secured by Team Bwipo. Now Team LS, they're going to have to dig in and defend once again. These guys have been on the back foot all game long. It's 54 kills in this 27-minute game, 35 of which belong to Team Bwipo. But we've been saying it the whole time, man. It is unreal that this game is as competitive as it is, considering at one time the score was 19-2.
I mean, I think Quad can legitimately make some plays. Like Team LS comp, I think it's a lot easier to execute, given that you have a Maokai. I think Maokai and simplifies a lot of things. Not to mention the scaling's really nice. As Inspired could be hooked. So never mind.
Oh, but they steal the wolf instead. Oh, and Bwipo still even smites the wolf. He doesn't even let him get something out of it. Nicely done from Bwipo there. You know, I said back in the draft that I wanted this to look like the closeness of Game 1 with the more fun picks of Game 2. And honestly, we're kind of getting it. This game could still be won by Team LS, but Team Bwipo pushing up now, trying to make their presence known here in the enemy base. Sundisk is going to defend that inhibitor in mid lane there for only a moment. Quad dashing forward to get out of the way of the severing bolt. Okay, nothing more. Keep your eyes on Hui. Keep your eyes on Azir. It's Quad and Jensen, the mid laners, telling so much of a story here. Let's listen in on some of the comms. Much more serious now.
Nasu zoning.
Nasu moment. Uh-oh.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, I missed my Q. I'm so bad. Look out, sir. Let's go here.
Hook in 7.
Sorry, sorry. Yeah, we can go. Sorry.
No flash bleach.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Flash.
No flash Maokai as well.
That's okay.
Really nice poke. Holy, your camp's not down. What the fuck?
Azir's got zone now.
Dude, I'm missing every Q. Like, I don't know what happened. I was hitting every Q, now I'm missing every Q.
Very free.
Behind you.
More serious now, man. They're focused up. They know, like, hey, this is
I love
actually a game.
I love the I was hitting every Q and now I'm missing every Q. You know, the squeeze kind of.
Oh no, dude, Whippo!
That's big.
Gets the kill. Nicely
That's
done
big.
there.
Wow, I mean, that was a pretty cute play there by Whippo, making sure that he was able to get around Q3. Showing off that Lee Sin mechanics. Of course, played a little bit of jungle. Played top lane too. There was a meta for the top. It was rather big. Whippo. And this is a champ I feel like everyone just likes to play. Lee Sin's too damn fun, man. That's like really the problem with Lee. Everyone has a Lee Sin somewhere if you're playing at this level.
The champion's just iconic in the jungle, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the jungle meta is always better. Hold on now, we got the fight breaking out as Chime's taken low, but Inspired explodes. Again, he's trying to fight when he don't have the ulti on the Alistar. Quad gets the shutdown on Jensen, but Sajed and Whippo, they got the bottom lane inhibitor at the same time.
Nice.
Shaden has made his way into the fight as Quad tries to go golden, but if they take him out, it's going to be huge. Sajed into the back, but he doesn't have the damage. He missed it by about 50 HP. You got to be kidding me, and now they're still trying to finish him off, but they won't be able to find it. Shaden's going to be kited out. Chime and Busio with the damage and the lockdown. Team Whippo, they might have got the inhibitor, but the slimmest of margins keeps Quad alive and means Team LS comes out on top. Now Chime goes for the pull, but he doesn't find the mark. He's just trying to keep Whippo here long enough to bait him into a bad fight. The game is within 2,000 gold.
Quad survived by 8 HP there, according to production. That was a knife's edge, and honestly, it was a good execution by Team Whippo. Just not enough gas in the tank to take down Quad. And as long as Quad's alive, it's a lot of DPS. Now Whippo, he's spotted.
Yep. Remember, Lethality Lee Sin is not tanky. With Sturdy's damage and Busio's lockdown, they would be able to kill him pretty easily, I would think. But Whippo, with enough speed, enough maneuverability to get away. The Drake is live on the map here yet again. Drakes can tell an interesting story in the game when you see that the first two were obviously claimed by Team Whippo, but now that he's dead, it's been both Cloud Drakes going the way of Team LS, and now they're going to grab the third. They'll move on to Soul Point. Masu just making sure that he's using that stealth to try to get away from the collapse coming out here. Inspired has to pop the ulti now. Chime over the wall, goes for the pull, doesn't find it, just barely. It just singed the hair off the back of their necks. But wow, man, Team LS, it is under 1,000 gold separating the two teams now with a Drake lead for Team LS. The big thing is the inhibitors. Once those respawn, if they can defend them, this is anybody's game.
I think a lot of it Quad has the Zhonya's completed now, so he has is able to, go golden. Of course, you have to complete the Seekers now in order to, get the repeating one. It's not like it's just stopwatch men anymore, which has been great for the game. But I think
stopwatch so much. Riot Games
Yeah.
made one of the best decisions they ever made in getting rid of stopwatch. Whichever guy did that, I want to buy that guy lunch. Oh, Shaden getting pulled. Nicely done.
That's big.
Shaden in trouble, and Chime is showing up. The last pick in the draft. I said if that's me, I got a bone to pick, and Chime clearly does too. Surdy gets the kill on Sajed, and now that's a 2-0 play coming out for Team LS.
And you can see Quad, he's waiting in base because just in case Team Whippo decides to backdoor. As long as he's alive, I think it's playable here for Team LS. If Quad goes down, I don't know if they have the wave clear or the damage to actually get through what Team Whippo can dish out. So, again, all eyes have to be on Quad staying safe. Now, Surdy.
Oh, Surdy.
One shot.
Yeah, wait, he's still alive for a second there. Maybe the Drain Tank dream was real, but there's enough damage between Whippo and Inspired to pick him off, take him down. Nicely done. Still keep your eyes on Jensen. The Hui, so much damage here. If they disrespect him, if they don't focus him, they're going to have problems. But now with Surdy dead for the next 35 seconds, Shaden respawning, Sajed respawning, it's going to be a Baron attempt here coming out from Team Whippo yet again. But Team LS not to fall asleep at the wheel. They're
Hold
coming
on.
around. You can see assist me pings in the bottom
watch
lane.
Shaden.
From Team Whippo's side, they know that they can try to play for a macro move here. Go into the bottom lane, maybe do something crazy. While Jensen, Whippo, and Inspired still on the Baron. Shaden's running down mid lane. The TF is going to be able to teleport to either the Baron fight or the base. Now seeing Quad back up in the base. He'll clear out those minions.
Only one on Shaden.
Oh, Shaden! What is he doing?
That's huge.
Shaden just gets caught. That is absolutely massive. Now, if Quad wants to teleport in, they might be able to make a play here, but they seem to just be saying, okay, it's probably too late. Nope, never mind. The teleport's coming in now, but the teleport is coming out from Surdy. Maokai ulti flies through the river, but it's too short. It can't find any of their targets. 4v3 up here right now, as Whippo going to be found out first. Surdy goes after him. The Maokai sapling takes away the Edge of Night shield. That's a pretty big one. Quad still pushing down in the bottom lane, trying to get some control back over the map. Mid lane inhibitor has respawned. Bot lane inhibitor still down. You can see another wave of super minions spawning and marching down the bottom lane here as the gank squad comes in. Inspired, locked down. Senna ulti over the top. The Alistar cannot survive. Busio goes on a rampage. 7, 7, and 15 here on the first time Maokai.
I mean, I gotta say, once they took down Shaden, I thought there was a real opportunity for Shaden with double super creeps in the bot lane to actually backdoor. Quad was staying in base for that, but after that, he was able to get out now. Uh-oh.
Whippo! Man,
Goodbye.
Whippo thought he might have had the pick there, but now with him dead for the next 54 seconds, it's a 4-man push. Masu's going to be taken a little bit low. He's still at half HP. He gets away from that severing bolt again. This game has truly been a journey, Cubby, and they're not done yet. The 5-man push, it's a 5v3. It'll be a 5v4 here in a couple of seconds when Inspired respawns. Surdy and Chime over the wall, Sejen and Shaden having to get back. Jensen knows that his job is to try to clear away these waves, wait for the team to come back, reinforce. Quad is your target. Huge engage coming out from Inspired, but the Zonias was ready. Quad buys a couple of moments longer, and now Team Whippo doesn't have the angle anymore. It's Team LS falling back. They know that they don't just want to stand and fight with Chime and Busio already low with Surdy having used the ulti. They're going to get themselves away. There's multiple super minions in bottom lane now as well.
We might get a listen in here on the chase. This could be interesting. There is a dragon up in 1 minute, so red team's at least going to have to reset, but that's the TF fault. They're going to go for Masu.
Okay.
Oh no, they're going mid.
Shaden just wants the inhibitors. He wants to see if he can get some more map control back through the advantages they already earned earlier. Inspired with the Hex Flash over the wall, but he ain't going to find a mark to go after just yet. Shaden will not be able to secure the mid lane inhib before he gets collapsed upon. He has to flash away just to survive. Team LS are clawing their way back into this game for the last 20 minutes, and they're still holding the line now. They have the gold lead by plus 2,000. They've summoned up the Sun Disc to try to continue to defend the mid lane inhibitor. Team Whippo still trying to keep the pressure alive, but the Maokai ulti flies through. Inspired's forced to tank it. Whippo comes in from the side. It's a massive kill on Amasu. This might be what they needed. Nobody's dead on the side of Team Whippo just yet. Another resonating strike comes out, but it ain't going to find the mark. There he goes. Sejen wants to kill on Quad, but he ain't going to find it. The shield keeping the Azir alive as he disengages and gets back away. There's very low health bars on the side of Team LS. But there's no minion waves on the side of Team Whippo to try to punish just yet. They will be able to re-secure the bot lane inhibitor. It's a 2-inhib game once more.
That's really big. They were able to at least buy time because now Quad is on a reset. He doesn't have the Banshees available, but at least he's full health. It was a great chunk coming out of the Hui to make sure that everyone got low and pushed off. And now Team Whippo, they don't care about that dragon. It is soul on the table for Team LS, but they're making sure that they get waves in and they can take this dragon uncontested by just pushing them back and utilize the fact they retook both those inhibitors.
Yeah, it's easy Drake here. You've got the attack damage, Twisted Fate. You've got the Kaisa. Those two together can just secure this, no problems. You might be able to try to shoot a Senna ulti if you really wanted to be audacious and try to steal it, but it's almost impossible. So that's Soul Point tied now between both teams. It's less than 1,000 gold separating the teams, and it's 68 kills in 38 minutes. Game number 3 here in the Best of the West showdown presented by FlyQuest. Going absolutely phenomenally. A reminder, y'all, you can scan that QR code on the left side of your screen right now to donate to the Conservation Fund, support the charity, help the planet scale up to late game, and be part of an all-around great cause. Hell yeah. Now, back in the game that we're talking about right now, this could still go any way, man. After all this time, after all this blood, after all this bullshit, it could still go anyway.
I appreciate the fact this game was like 20-5, and now we get one that is this close, 40 minutes in. Also, 3 dragons apiece. Red side, I mean, Team LS, I really do favor them on scaling. I think that Senna just gets to be absurd at this point of the game, and Azir gets to continue to pump as it's really going to be all about keeping Quad safe still. If Quad gets found, he gets taken down. That is the linchpin of what's bringing things together. And You gotta look out for Whippo, because Whippo, he definitely took SHOWMATCH to heart. It's full AD we send, you know, it's go big or go home for him.
Let's
go.
go.
It's a one-way trip wherever he's going.
Lethality, baby, and there goes Kaisa. Chime goes fishing. Beautiful stuff. As Team LS, they got a 5v4 for 45 seconds. The Kaisa out of the picture. That's a lot of damage, dude. That's a 4-item Kaisa just completely off the table. It cost them nothing for that.
That was a big hook coming out of Chime. It's going to enable them to take full control over Baron and really fix these waves. Shaden did port bot. Could try and find Surdy. There's a fight going on bot side.
Yeah, Surdy's in some trouble.
Yeah,
he's
dead.
killed. Shaden just picks him off. So difficult for the Aatrox to deal with the ADTF when he's at full build. He's even got the Mercurial Scimitar, so even if there's some sort of a threat of bringing him back in for the Infernal Chains, he can just get away from it. The replay in the bottom left part of your screen here, you can see Shaden just runs him down, sidesteps the Qs. A Ghosted Twisted Fate is way too fast for the Aatrox, man.
That looked interactive, you know?
Yeah.
Two gold cards just absolutely melted.
Fun and balanced. But hey, we've got Surdy dead now for 30 seconds. Whippo up here on the top side. This is a collapse. This is pain for Whippo. He wants to go after Masu. He needs the burst. He got it. Oh my god, is this the lethality 1v3? Whippo's still alive for a second longer. He might be able to go after Busio here. Busio gets the kill on him. Domination coming out there from AP Maokai. Whippo taking Masu with him is actually huge, because that man was dead to rights.
Yeah, that was a wide Whippo maneuver for sure. I mean, he kicked the Maokai into the Senna from the looks of things to open up the Sonic Wave. Well done. There is no smite on the map, but I think they might be poking and prodding this, seeing if they can get a fight.
Yeah, they're going after it. They know the Azir is down the bottom lane. The teleport is ready to be used by Quad, but they don't want to. The damage is so massive. The Baron just burns away. Team Whippo going to take, I don't know, what is that, like the 6th Baron in this game or something? There's been a lot of Barons.
It's the 3rd taken, inhibitor respawned, and all of a sudden Team Whippo's somewhat back in control. I think this game's still really tough for them to win. I mean, look at this Senna. It's an IE, LDR, RFC also. 161 stacks. So is that put Senna, I think, past the 700 range mark? I mean, it's close. Oh, Jesus.
All right, we've got Azir, we've got Senna scaling up. I'm really glad this was the 3rd game of the day, because this is the wildest one, for sure. 160 extra range, thank you, observers, thank you, production. Cubby, what's the play here?
I mean, I think the play for Team LS is that you gotta kind of stay in your base until you get these 2 inhibs up, and then you're gonna have to try and defend. A lot of it, again, it's going to be on Quad, as TF ult was just used. That does take the Banshee off of Quad. The first time they got engaged on Quad, they had Luden's Companion pop the Banshees. That's the big one. Once Banshee's down, then you can try and look for an engage from Whippo or Inspired. And I think, again, it's just going to be all about Quad. But he does have that Emperor's Divide. So Inspired and Whippo are going to have to work to at least bait it out. Or, you know, one's going to eat it and the other one's going to have to find the engage.
All right, Sundisk, mid lane, just trying to protect. They got to try to keep these inhibitors going. Inhibitors are so easy to burn down at this point in the game. If even you have a second or two of free firing time, these things will melt. Surdy, the Aatrox, despite the fact that he's had a pretty tough game this time around, he's still scaling up. We're getting to the point where most everybody's getting full builds, so he has nothing to do but catch up now, as Sajed is just going to keep this pushing. Top side going. Busio approaching from the side. He fires off the ulti, trying to read where the Kaisa is going to go. They get the lockdown. That's huge. Quad goes in. They immediately destroy the enemy carry, and now a nice hook coming out from Chime to lock down Inspired here as well. Meanwhile, back in the base, you still got to deal with Wei. You still got to deal with Twisted Fate. It's a play for a base race, as Inspired's just going to waste everybody's time. Quid trying to get away. Quad. I said Quid. I should have said Quad. It doesn't matter. Masu's back in the base trying to defend. Even a 1v3 Nexus turret's under pressure. Masu trying to lead him out as the Sonic Wave doesn't hit the target, and Whippo's going to be taken low. Senna ulti over the top with Chime doing a really nice pull, bringing Shaden low now as well. Busio jumps in. He goes for the Bramble Smash. He gets Bramble smashed as Whippo should die in the trade here in a 1-for-1. The game goes on.
Oh my goodness, the tower survives as Quad's able to take the rest of it down. I thought Quad, I saw him use the ult. Oh, hold on. Shaden's trying to backdoor Soul.
Shaden wants the soul.
He gets
Chime might want Shaden. No, he can't get there. Wait, maybe he can. Maybe he can. Chime! The last pick of the captain's draft! They didn't want him, and now they learned their lesson. He steals away the soul. It'll be 1-for-1, and it's Cloud Soul of the Team LS.
You can see Chime, the player cam. He's smiling and flexing as, Silence.
Yes!
Team Whippo. No more Swedes in the chat when we're stealing things like that.
Absolute Turbo Chad support gameplay. He throws his body at the objective. He comes out on top. Yes, he's dead, but he don't give a damn. Beautifully done. Remember, Cloud Soul is 20% flat movement speed to all champions at all times, not including the bonus you get from your ulti. If we're thinking about Maokai firing off an ulti and then chasing after to follow it up, boom, Cloud Soul even better. Aatrox, he gets faster with his ulti to begin with. Boom, more synergy on that. Azir, throw him in, run the hell out. Boom, good synergy. Senna is also on the team. Blitzcrank can press R and then chase you down from a knockup. Boom, really good synergy on most of these guys.
I mean, like 750 range on Senna plus a 20% move speed buff. Thank you very much. I think Moss is going to feel pretty good with that.
This is insane. 87.9 to 87.1 thousand gold. 45 minutes into the game. 80 kills between the two teams. A game that is at one point 19-2 in favor of Team Whippo. Now 43-37.
Yeah, and just keep in mind, guys, EU doesn't stand a chance against this. This is peak gameplay. It's right here on the FlyQuest channel. There's no LCS this week. These guys are at least bringing the thunder.
Yeah, this is great, man. This is just great.
I mean, it's still almost at 2 kills a minute. Either way, I'm kind of curious to see how this one wraps up. I assume it might have to be a Shaden backdoor, because I don't think Team Whippo can just straight up team fight anymore. I know I was saying, like, I favor red scaling, but at this point of the game, we haven't really seen Team Whippo, like, really make a dent besides getting a pick. They need to create a pick, and they have to be very careful about any fight they take, because if Quad there, if Masu's there, it's over.
So we've got Whippo now with 5 lethality items plus Cyrilda's, which scales off of lethality. He has no boots. He is a one-shot missile. You already said that once he goes in, that's it. It's a one-way ticket. But remember that Lee Sin scales with player skill. If Whippo finds the perfect angle, the perfect play, the perfect kick, this is still a potential to win a team fight. But man, is it tough. Quad full build on the Azir. The Senna stacks we were talking about give it 160 extra range. Now Chime, Masu, and Quad, they're all here bottom lane. Inspired was coming around for the flank, but I don't think he expected to see all of them here. Teleport ready to reinforce. Sundisk also summoned up. Team Whippo was going after it, but now keep your eyes on the base here too. Another teleport's going to be used.
Oh no!
Quad going back to the base to try to defend now, as they were going to try to pull him down bottom and then make the macro play back up into the base. But no, Busio's been caught. He's instantly killed. That's a massive pick for the next 60 seconds.
The RFC gold card finds the tree as Busio falls. That's going to be free Baron now going over to Team Whippo. I think they're going to take it instead of trying to end. As Inspired, he has a hell of a flank. They might try and find one more pick here.
Surdy's not aware. Dashes over the wall. He's fine. Okay, Baron, for free, goes over to the side of Team Whippo, thanks to the pick that they got down there.
Yeah.
Busio's still out of the picture for 30 seconds. I mean, there's not really a way to try to contest this anyway.
Can you guys enter?
All right, ping's coming out on the enemy Nexus turret.
Their carries are based in
Oh boy, I'm hearing some team comms. I'm going to have to listen in for the last play of the game.
All right, let's go.
House Smash, okay, House Smash.
Yeah, but he just didn't think so.
Nice, one side. Up there.
Go pass.
Mid play slow, right?
Down good.
No flash.
Oh! Nice. Kai'Sa no flash, Kai'Sa no flash.
Hello. Okay. Kai'Sa no flash, no R.
Keep your eyes on
supports
Quad.
down.
Yeah, no Banshees for Quad. That's really what I'm looking at.
Send out things to me.
Mid lane inhibitor respawning now.
I need someone to walk in front of Lisa.
Holy fuck, Senna's on bones.
He's also back.
That Senna jump is not okay.
Yeah, but this is what happens when you let Senna scale. A few too many squeeze, you know? Yeah. Oh boy.
Not okay. Not okay.
That's pretty funny. All right. Looks like no fight. Senna just deters them off, and that is why we favor red side moving later on.
Yes, sir.
Flowers.
Well,
that looks pretty hard to deal with.
We've got the most favorable base state in a while now for Team LS because all of their inhibitors are up. Senna's range was enough to scare Lee Sin away before they could kill off that mid lane inhibitor. So despite the fact that the Nexus turret is low, it's not actually vulnerable.
That is quite nice. 129.
192 stacks. Monka W.
Oh, okay. Damn.
is scary stuff, bro. This is scary
about to
stuff.
see
Senna's gonna
some
shoot you from
dark-
across the screen.
Yeah, we're gonna see some dark technology. I wonder if Masu could even like click on people on his screen with how long his range is now. I mean, that's filthy.
All right, they're staying grouped up. They're really, really digging in here, trying to defend. Okay, another one of those severing bolts. I actually didn't have to check the tab this time. I'm slowly learning the name of that stupid ability.
See that? I mean, they're just giving you a boot camp here, Flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got more work today than a typical LCS day.
Hell yeah, thanks, boys. There we go.
Yeah.
Having a great time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's been a blast.
We're about to cross the territory into the 4-digit gold values at the top. We're about to cross the 100,000 point whatever mark as the Elder Drake is live on screen. You're going to see Team Bwipo aggroing it first, but then backing away. Shaden still up in the top lane. The TF ulti giving him so much extra mobility around this map, making the macro game that much harder to play. Surdy versus Shaden up here on the top side. It's not going to go Surdy's way, I would have to think. He tries to go back in for the outplay, but Shaden ends up killing him instead. Make this a really tough macro situation now, as they'll try to go for the backdoor with Shaden, I would have to think. Quad going up there to try to stop him. Inspired getting a nice headbutt back onto Chime. He's going to drop now too. Jensen taking the kill on that one. Back up in the base. They're still trying to deal with Shaden. He gets himself away for now, but it's a 5v3 on the map.
Shaden doesn't have sums and does not have a fort, so they're a little bit safe, at least from him backdooring. Team Bwipo has a choice about whether they want to try and siege against the infinite range Senna, which
Oh, that was huge. That was huge. If Masu dies, they're in so much trouble, but they're going to try to turn it around instead. The Azir ulti comes out and Bwipo goes in. He finds the assassination angle. That's what I was talking about. One kick, one game. Quad still needs to find more damage, but he ain't going to grab it here just yet. He's stuck on top of Inspired. The cow is there. The double kill back to Bwipo. Ladies and gentlemen, after all this time, after 50 minutes on Summoner's Rift, finally it comes to a close. Team Bwipo, 50 kills in 50 minutes. They beat the scaling squad. They found the angle, and they'll take the dub.
Oh man, first to 100k wins there as they end the game with 100k gold and a couple squeeze in the chat. Love to see that for Team Bwipo, as I mean he ended up being the golden foot in the end, taking down Masu.
Wow. Best game of the day right there. That one was nuts, man. That was nuts. The fact that it went 50 minutes
50-minute
and
game.
was that close for so long when it started 19-2. I admire the defense of the other squad, but Team Bwipo coming out on top today.
That was a fun one. Bwipo, it's too OP. He gets to, pick his own team, pick his own draft, and play in it. It just ends up being too good.
Wow. That was everything I hoped for from a game number 3. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, there was no starter.
I couldn't ask. Well, I only think realistically, right? Like I would also like game number 3 to give me $1 million, but that's not going to happen. But that was realistically everything that I could hope for from a game number 3. A big shout out again to everybody who's been donating throughout the day, throughout the competition here. I believe this thing under me says $2,841 raised for the conservation fund. Thank you all so much. Remember, there's still this thing up above me, right here. Yeah. That QR code, you can scan that thing. Still getting a couple more donations if you'd like to support the cause. We sincerely appreciate each and every one of them. But now I think it's time to bring back in the rest of our desk. Papa Smithy and Basil, what did y'all think about that one?
What a gigabyte of flowers.
Wow.
There's nothing else to say. I mean, I'll get to the Basil Cat in a moment, but that's a game that had everything. I remember the first time I got near 99,000 gold was probably that like T1 versus Jinair game that went 90 minutes. And there are moments where you're like, are we sure that the counter goes above 99.9? Like, did they code that? It's like year 2000 kind of like flashbacks coming through with some of those things. But I believe we saw a slice of everything in that League of Legends game. And that just means that we got to see the best of the West, right?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Nothing but it. That's the best time. Make every game of League of Legends like that. That's what I want to see. Hold on, where's the copy pasta?
You find your copy pasta, Basil. I'm sure you had a lot of things competing for your reaction cat of the game. Can you please share with the class your summary of what just happened there?
So first we had this, and then once we started getting past a certain
So when did you finish this? Because I'm guessing that at some point that looked like it was going to be the result, maybe when it was 19-2, but then suddenly...
So around 30 minutes, I started being like, oh god. So I actually drew another one because I was like, what's gonna happen? I was like, wait, did we lose? So I drew this one after, but then it went back to this one. So here we are now. This is my image for the last game.
This is very much draw your life, you know, like draw someone's
Yes.
life. I like that you drew the life of this game. It changed a lot. LS looks very sad in the bottom here. I think you nailed his like emo boy haircut is like really showing up there as well,
Pretty
which
accurate.
I appreciate it.
He looks distraught.
Was
Oh, he
Bwippo looks
is.
stoked. Bwippo is actually mid
Did you hear the
CU
comms?
right here. Yeah, he's mid CU. That's what his mouth looks like when he's forming the CU, I think.
He didn't realize he could jump like that. You know, he's that
yeah.
excited. Yeah, jumping out of the building.
But yeah, this is my overall view of the game.
Appreciate your artwork, and of course you can find many more cute cats, many of which kind of start your day off the right way. I'm sure some of us kind of have different ones we've seen on our timeline, whether you follow at Basil Leaf, which is right under her handle there on the screen.
How do I point at it? Oh, right there.
You can point.
Nice.
You're nailing it. I mean,
Yeah, there
directions
you
are
go.
hard. When
I struggle with that too. You, always
You know
gotta
how
do
you know how it
the
goes.
opposite
You know how
hand,
it
yeah.
goes. Wonderful
Yeah.
follow. Definitely will warm up your day. A lot of people to thank here. I think we'll probably get Jensen on for an interview at some point, just because he was the only 3-0 player when we do get to the results. But while we have everyone here, let's get the scoreboard over, because we have thank yous to do, but we can do that at the end. Team Bwippo was the winner, but the only player who, in fact, was always on the winning team was Jensen. So not actually 100% sure if he's in front of his screen right now. He's muted on Discord, but we should get a... Jensen is here, so we will get a Jensen interview primed before too long. The only winner was you and Busio to the last 50-minute banger game. Jensen, how you feeling, bro?
Oh, dude, I'm feeling on top of the world. That was quite a banger to end it on.
Hell yeah.
I must admit, and Flowers, you can be a reference here. You're our LCS guy, but I feel like we saw more wide smiles from Jensen today than maybe like in years of LCS play. You know, he's always so locked in and serious on stage, but Jensen, you were having a whale of a time today, it looked like.
That way is dirty, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wei is quite the champion, I must admit. It's once you learn how that champion works, it's quite powerful.
Yeah, you just press the R button with enough AP and good things happen. Is that the secret?
Yeah. Well, actually, I was missing a lot of my ults that game, but I mean, I don't know. Just all the spells just do a lot of damage on that champ.
Sounds good. Invoker had it right in Dota. If you have more than 9 spells,
actually
you're
did.
probably OP. That's what Riot took away from notes there. What about the 50-minute game? 50 minutes with everybody in one Discord call. What are your like reflections from those are two crazy things to combine, you know? Like what were your takeaways from that?
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit hectic, and it was like, it could be hard to focus at points, but then I realized I should just pretend like I'm on the enemy team and give fake comps sometimes to confuse them even more. But it was a mess, but yeah, it made for an interesting match for sure.
Look,
It's
at the
hard.
end of
It's
the
hard to
day-
make plans in the game because like you don't want to like say what you want to do, really, right? So it's a bit confusing, yeah.
I mean, it was a mess, but it was a beautiful mess. It was the best of the best
It
of the
was, it
West.
was.
That's what's the important thing is there. So
Exactly.
Jensen, any final thoughts to your teammates? Any flexes? The only undefeated player today. Like, how are you going to celebrate this monumental win? Like, this is up there with qualifying for Worlds for you. You do it all the time, you know.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. I mean, this is the exact same as qualifying for Worlds. Yeah, I'm hoping we'll get some champagne later to celebrate because yeah, that was quite the win, I must admit. So gonna celebrate tonight and back to the grind after.
I think Coach Nuke Duck in the back probably working out whether scrims are cancelled today or not. After these 3 bangers, don't know what scrims would look like if we played them. They'd be quite animal, I'm sure.
Yeah, they might, yeah. But sometimes that's good.
Sometimes that's good. I mean, look, I will say, you guys are definitely warm. The hands are warm today from
That's true.
2 50-minute bangers and then one-sided game. So thank you very much for joining, Jensen. And actually, let's get one
Thank you.
question from Basil. You guys don't get to connect much. Basil, any questions to Jensen?
Yeah, why did we lock in Karma that game, bro? I was so excited. I was like, okay, Jensen AD, like we're gonna see something crazy.
Okay.
And then I saw
honestly,
Karma.
like, I wanted to play Senna, but they took Senna, and then I was like even thinking about my pick, and then I realized I had to pick, so I was like, oh no, like my support's playing Pyke. What do I play with Pyke? I don't know what to play with Pyke. So then I don't know, my mind just went to AP champs, and it was like that or Carters, and I guess I went for Karma.
Damn, I was so excited. I was like, maybe we can get something crazy, see those mechanics, and then I saw Karma, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I guess.
Karma is crazy. Karma is crazy.
It's like Hoi V2, so
It
basically
is,
we got
yeah,
to see
it
the
is.
same champ all
True,
3 games.
actually, you did
It
kind
is.
of play.
It's kinda
You
similar.
did kind
It's
of play
kinda
Hoi
similar, yeah.
3 times today, if you think about it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Hui just has a few more abilities than Karma. So Karma is just the budget Hui, yeah.
But yeah, that's my question. Thank you for answering.
Any final questions from Flowers or Cubby before we let Jensen go?
Were you ever truly sweating in game number 3 when you were up 19-2, and then it's like, wait a second, Senna has 4,000 range now and Azir's one-shotting everyone?
I mean, we had Twisted Fate, who was like really fed in the game, so I thought, as long as we know what we're doing, we can't really lose at that point, but it did get a bit sweaty, yeah.
Okay, all right, I respect that.
Yeah. Also, Jensen, I just got to ask, you have 97 games in your career of Orianna and over a 70% win rate. So why does your jungler suck at it? Game 2 was rough, man.
Dude, I told him
after
the game. No, I didn't. After the game, we went to his VOD, and I was like, dude, you're just completely trolling the early game. Like, you don't understand the champ. I mean, I think it was mainly just the matchup. He didn't know how to play the matchup, but I think he has a good idea how to play the champ. Just he never played against a Casio before, it looks like.
Yeah. Oh, Quads Casio is pretty good too. So yeah.
Yeah, that does make it a bit harder. Yeah.
We'll send Jensen off. Flowers. One thing to do though is that we're gonna get to the 100th Orianna game at some point. Like if they don't ban it, like we're just gonna pick
That's
Orianna.
true.
So we need some like
you guys to do that. Yeah.
But we need some like broadcast like streamers and like an overlay for it. Like we need to go crazy because 100 games.
Want the
in
air
pro-
horn thing?
Oh,
The bam, bam,
air
bam,
horn.
bam, bam,
Yeah.
that
You
thing?
need to make
Okay.
sure you're out there.
I
and
know
get
we
that
have
done.
that thing. We can shoot that thing.
It's quite the feat, especially with the win rate it's at. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
You're gonna pick if it's not banned, right, Jensen?
I mean, of course. Next week.
The draft secrets
not
away to
next
your
week.
opponents?
2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, man.
It's not that big of a secret anymore, but I guess I did give away the secret. Yeah.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
All right, Jensen. Thank you so much. Go
Thank you,
relax.
guys.
Eat some food. Maybe play a second block. Who the fuck knows at this point?
Yeah.
Go chill, bro.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jensen.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, let's catch our breath. Let's refocus. Obviously, this is like the closing of the stream. We're at 28:41 here. Would love if we could get to $3,000 to the conservation fund before the stream closes. The last chances. So donate in the chat. FlyQuest will be matching any donation up to 5,000. So that extra dollar is a $2 for the environment. The environment late game scaling that we've been talking about from Flowers is still on. So definitely get those last donations out. But a lot of people to thank here. I mean, obviously the 4 of us on screen and the people on Twitch side have enjoyed, but there's so many things to talk about. Jofi's X20, if you guys aren't familiar from him from the Tyler 1 Championship Series back in the day. This guy giga smurfing with Senna stack numbers, picture-in-picture wards that could be teleport flanked on, among the most troubleshooting of all time with Flowers to do his co-stream, double stream, triple thing. You were like,
the people in my stream still can't hear anything you're saying, Papa Smithy. I've been telling them to just imagine what it is and let their imaginations run wild.
I've heard my casting before. That's an upgrade. So I think that's good to hear. That's good to hear. So big shout outs to Joe and Steph, also Miss Harvey, who's been holding down the fort at the back. Obviously, our socials team, smurfing as always, getting the clips out. A lot of listen-in bangers. The 10 players, it is worth noting that our NACL team gave up scrims before their match tomorrow to do this, and the LCS team, you know how it is. It's always going to be, do we want to reveal anything? The 2-week break makes it palatable. This is probably the latest you'd want to kind of show things, but shout out to them. They will play again in 2 weeks against, I want to say, C9. I think we have C900 or C9TL coming up when the LCS starts again, so the games will be bangers there. Shout out to Flowers Cubby coming in, voice of the LCS and NACL to me at least, and Basil, both flexing her long-time association with some of our players, and her cats, of course, that we all love to see. So big shout outs to everybody on this. And the FlyQuest action doesn't end here. At the end of the day, if you want to decide whether you want to watch the FlyQuest channel, obviously League of Legends when it comes to show matches, this one already required Riot to step up. So big shout out to Riot for allowing us to run a competitive series, competitive within asterisk. You could clearly tell the games are competitive, but into org stuff still difficult. Hopefully in the future we can get some more unhinged League of Legends content to show you. But on the same channel, we also have our FlyQuest Red Counter-Strike team playing We also threw up a I don't know if you saw, a Metamorphosis DJ set was on here earlier in the week. We're hoping that events like this and the other things FlyQuest are doing are showing that FlyQuest fandom is something that anyone can tap into, whether you're a League of Legends fan, Counter-Strike fan, Valorant fan, not flan, I think flan's type of food. Whatever you're into, we're hoping we can show you something fun here. So anything that you like, chuck us a follow us on Twitter at FlyQuest, at FlyQuestRed, at FlyFighters if you're into fighting games, and of course at Metamorphosis as well. Shout out to the fans, by the way. We're over $3,000 here, and we will be
fans.
The fans performing. The claps in the chat I saw. The claps are extended here. There is a little surprise, a bait and switch, a debate, as the young people I believe call it. We will be going above and beyond, so we said we are matching up to $5,000. That's a lie. We're actually just donating $5,000. So even though we didn't make it to the $3,000, we're already at $8,076 and whatever else comes through. So if you're watching the VOD or if you're coming in later, we'll also bring in your donations as well. We care about the environment. We care about that late game scaling. So we'll throw that out there. But yeah, I think I caught everything. The Metamorphosis merch on the FlyQuest shop you guys should look at. And if you don't know, the Streamer Awards is one of the things conflicting here. We'll be hosting or rating LoL challenges because, of course, the NACL is on LCS challenges right now. But it is worth noting that also the Streamer Awards, FlyQuest is sponsoring the music section of that, and that is running now as well. So a lot going on, a lot to remember. You guys have forgotten when this run on Sentence began, but you will not forget the 100,000 gold 50-minute banger or the 3 games we saw today. So big shout out again to everyone at home for watching. Go back to your weekend. We love you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
See ya.
you.